Hello guys, it's Emma once again. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy to be here, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 10 tips necessary for a travel nurse to know. And so as a travel nurse working for an agency, we all know that you'll be thrown all around the place. So you might be working for different long-term care homes. You could be working for residential homes. You could be working for hospitals. So these are tips that would help you or help your agency retain you. So bear with me as I list. Number one tip that is necessary is to ask for as much orientation as possible. You're going to a new place, you're going to a nursing home or long-term care home or hospital that you've never been to before. They might actually tell you, oh, you're going to have 2 orientation and start working on the floor. But let me tell you something, it doesn't hurt to ask for more. And 9 times out of 10, the agency will actually provide you with more orientation if you need to. If you finish or exhausted your orientation for the 2 days and you feel like you need more time to get to know the place, to get to know the activities or the things that are being done in that nursing home or that hospital, please ask for it. Do not just go on the floor all blinded. They will definitely get you more orientation as much as you want. Okay. What's necessary is to have a jotting paper when you go in for your first orientation. So you're going to be learning new things in that nursing home or residential home or the hospital that you're going to be going into. So you want to have a piece of paper. You want to have I would recommend like buying a little jotter that you could write your passwords, tips and tricks that could help you, as the orientation nurse is sharing those tips to you, you're putting them down, because trust me, you would need them. So put your password down, put tips about caring for a resident or about like working in the hospital that you're being posted to. It would help you retain, it would help you keep track of the places and help you stay organized, because you need to understand that you'll be going to different places, right? So you might have like 3-4 nursing home or hospitals that you're working at, so you want to be able to keep track of the passwords, the codes for the doors and all of those stuff. So never forget that. Okay, another tip that would help you is the ability to be flexible. So you are going to be thrown all over the place. Let's say you have a nursing home that has 3 floors or 4 floors or 6 floors. You're going to be thrown all over the place because you're not that staff. So be ready for that. Be ready to be flexible, ready to move from one point to the other, be able to adjust, as soon as possible. This may take you time, but trust me, it's going to come. But when you have it in mind that the flexibility is necessary to be a functional and a great travel nurse, you will scale through. 5th tip is ask questions. Listen to me, there are no stupid questions, okay? It's better than to ask than to go on and do something that would definitely put you in trouble or put your license at stake. So ask questions. There are no silly questions. Ask the orientation nurse questions. When you go on the floor, if you do not know anything, please ask questions. Do not just go about things because you feel like this is what is right or this is not what is wrong. So please ask questions. Ask your peers review staff questions. Ask your nurses questions. Please ask lots of questions. Number 6 tip is to arrive early for your shift. So you need to understand that you need to make a first good impression, right? Please always arrive at least 15 minutes before your shift so you can go on your floor. You could check the list for the day and know what floor you're going to be thrown to and go and get reports on time. So what I do basically is arrive at least maybe 20 minutes before the time, drop my bag, get my stuff ready, go on the floor, get report from the nurse. Just try to kind of organize yourself better, especially if it's your first day. Well, not just your first day, you need to come on time for your shift. So make it a necessary, thing for yourself to arrive there 15 minutes before the time. So number 7 tip is do all your checks all the time. You're going to be counting medications, you're going to be counting narcotic medications. Please do all your checks, okay? First of all, like some staff will tell you, oh, well, it's not necessary, I didn't take from this pill, I didn't take for the PRN. Well, please check every single time, because one thing that you need to understand is that it's so different when you're not the staff. It's it's not to cause any segregation, but you know what, like it's going to take you time to adjust and try to get orientated with the floor. But please do all your checks, because your license is on the line. they will not think twice to actually, send you away when things go wrong. So make sure you are doing your checks, you're checking your scheduled narcotic medication, you're counting them. Number two, you're counting the PRNs, you're counting the patches, you're counting the injections that needs to be counted every single time, even though you know they're not using it, because definitely one way or the other, or one day, they will definitely use it. So please do not fall. The eighth tip to consider is document everything. This is not even to consider anything. Always document the things that you feel like that are necessary to document, right? If you don't really have, I think that if you really don't have an answer when you've analyzed the situation, do I document or not, please still document it, okay? Like I said, you want to cover yourself as much as possible. Your license is at stake. The fact that you're not that staff and you're from another agency is already, it's already probably creating an environment that is divided. I'm not going to be talk about that, but please document everything, cover yourself. The ninth tip for you all is to be able to form a relationship with the staff and the resident as soon as possible. So from the first day you get into the floor, from your orientation day, please try to form that relationship. You need all the help that's necessary. You need a sort of relationship as you're going into the home, as you're going onto the floor. You need to form that relationship as fast as possible so that your journey or your stay in that nursing home would be smooth, right? So you can form this relationship early with your orientation nurse, right? Ask her questions. You could go and ask her personal questions like, oh, when did you finish nursing school? Or how long have you been working as a nurse? Try to like talk about things that are not just nursing related, but try to form, kind of go outside the box a little bit so you're able to form a relationship with them. Also, you want to also form a relationship with your PSW staff. Ask them questions, right? Help them with the care of the resident. Like if they need help with something, just put yourself in that situation and put yourself in that scenario or situation and help them out with that, right? You also want to form a relationship early with your residents, okay? Please, please, and please make this one of your priorities as soon as you arrive into the nursing home, even from your orientation day. Introduce yourself to your resident. The 10th tip for you all is to let your agency and the home you're working for know if you're not going to be available for a shift. So one of the perks of working as a travel nurse is that you're able to make your own schedule, right? You're going to have an app where all the shifts are going to be posted. You're going to be picking the shift that you're going to be available for. So let's say one day you pick a shift and maybe 4 hours before the start of your shift there was an emergency, you fell sick or something happened, please call them as soon as possible. Communication is key in this industry. If you're not a communicator, if you're not a good communicator, it's going to hinder, or it's going to, you won't really flow with working as a travel or travel nurse, or you will not really form that relationship, or how will I put it right now, you're not going to be able to stay longer in that job because you're gonna prove to them that you're not a reliable person. You don't want to prove to them that you're not reliable. You don't want to prove to them that they can't trust you. So if you're picking a shift, make sure that you are going to show up for that shift, and if anything happens, please call them as soon as possible so that they can make a change or get someone to cover that shift. All right, I hope with these few tips of mine you are able to get out of your comfort zone and go out there and do more for yourself. Being a travel nurse is very rewarding. The flexibility to it is awesome if you know how to go about it. I'll be sharing more tips. Let me know if there's something else you want to talk about or something else you want to know in the comment section, and I will answer your questions. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.